It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary politico, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind, my ego don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, my ego don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego diary politico. My ego don't come. This one not the off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come. Man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego la wamo la moto do. My ego diary, my ego number one. My ego la wamo la moto do.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun Live. Everybody is running. Everybody is running. I think I'm also going to declare or decide to run as everybody is running. I also have some good news for you from wherever you're watching from tonight.
Godfather is in go see Lord of my Ani, Mayegun lawamo, do. Mayegun diary,
Thank you for joining me.
Ani esunraki.
Thank you. Eku jometa, eku 3 days. Ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ Mayegun, the friends of Mayegun, the brethren in the temple of truth, TOT. How have you been keeping your faith since you last attended the temple? So it's good to see everybody again after a day break because a lot happened that day that I decided to take a break. However, we can always catch up because, as they say, in their politics, 24 hours is a long time in politics. And since this is Mayegun's diary political, you are welcome to where you would understand the trickery, the fuckery, the mess up, the manipulation, and everything that has to do with a non-working Nigeria system that has now pushed a lot of indigenous people to the precipice, a near break point where many are now asking that they don't want to be part of this charade anymore. They don't want to be part of this contraption anymore. And their argument is genuine, legit, as they will put it, legitimate. No matter how much the gatekeepers of Nigeria continue to play the hide and seek, a day is coming and it is near when the conversation they don't want to have, they would have to sit down and have it. Yes, they would have to sit down. How do we get to that part? Is by making you understand the lies behind all of what they now call political game. At the same time, making you understand how their decisions affects you, how the consequences of their actions, inactions, paddy, allies, realignment, and every other name they give to themselves in the name of trying to find a solution to Nigeria's myriads of problems, which is no longer the problems of everyone anymore. That is the reality they are not realizing. On Mayegun's diary political, we make you understand the politics, we make you understand the polity, we make you understand how it affects you, and we make you understand how you can actually resist. The number of resistors is what we are yet to swell. Once we have the number, yes, they will be forced to stop running, as they have all been declaring in the last 24 hours or 48 hours since the last time I spoke to you. Therefore, the last man running is the one running from the platform of APC, Egbekegbe, Rotimi Amaechi, the Ubima, Judas Iscariot. He is also the Minister of Transportation under Buhari in the last 7 years. Now, he is running. Tinubu is, well, let me put it this way. In APC, Egbekegbe alone, right now, for those who have declared, you have a devil Umayi from Ebonyi. You have Amaechi now has declared. You have Tinubu. So Amaechi is running. Devil Umayi is running. Tinubu is paying. No joke. Every day, like I told you a few days ago, I said, gradually and gradually, everyone is going to come to the reality, especially those who have conspired or chose to be quiet, silent in the face of this insecurity and economic destruction that has now led our people into more poverty. Those who thought or who are thinking that they could get a compensation for the one chance deal they entered in 2015 if Tinubu is compensated. So to Tinubu, it is a reward, a compensation. The Nigeria hold him that. He gave you Buhari. You need to give him that chance. But that is not how it is inside the APC, Egbekegbe, as we speak. Even his own protege,
his own godson, his own political son. I am talking about fake Pastor Ruga. That's Oshumbade, by the way. That's Oshibajo. Fake Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, the special advisor to Buhari on burial arrangements, condolences visits, and trader money. He is also running and is likely going to declare in the next 24 hours or 48 hours. Part of the reason why the Tinubu camp are, most of them are pretending like what Yoruba call Iso Inueku. When they decided to make Buhari the president, it wasn't hard at all. Amaechi, Tinubu, and the rest of them, they pull all of their machineries together for Buhari, except for the attempt by Atiku to snatch it from them, if you remember. But it has come to the turn of Tinubu, the Jaga bandit, the Jaga addict, the Jaga weary, Aṣíwájú àwọn agbèrò, Aṣíwájú àwọn olè, Aṣíwájú àwọn atọ́lé. It is his turn, just like an inheritance, birthright. The conspiracy deepens. I don't want to take it too long backward, back. But like I said, as this comes to weeks and weeks comes to months, this whole thing will begin to unravel. Part of them is that the CPC gang that controls the APC, Egbekegbe's presidency as we speak, they don't want a sick, old, corrupt, stinkingly corrupt, demented Lagos landlord. So that was what initially prompted the likes of Fayemi that they wanted to be president. He wanted to be president. That is what prompted the likes of Oshimbade joining the campaign. Joining the contest. Now, Amaechi is out. For those of you who don't know, this little news, there are some of you who will listen to and laugh, is causing a serious graveyard silence inside their body lawn as you speak. But like I told you, they have enough time to deny. But for you, you know better. So they chose to take Tinubu's selfish ambition for them to keep quiet about the killings, the kidnappings, the destruction of lives and properties in Yoruba land. They decided to mellow on that because once they start talking about it, that means they will start agreeing with all of us that Nigeria's security has failed, and indeed, Tinubu and gang that decided to drag Yorubas into this unholy, fraudulent, manipulative arrangements, they have been defrauded. Do you understand what that means? It simply means Yorubas became poorer under APC, Egbekegbe. Yoruba land became more unsafe under APC, Egbekegbe. Yoruba land got invaded by government-protected aliens under APC, Egbekegbe. Yoruba started paying ransom to their kidnappers in Yoruba land under APC, Egbekegbe. All of these things, they chose to keep quiet about them. You know, when they begin to talk about them, talk about the insecurity, that means they will begin to agree with us. And agreeing with us means Buhari has failed. And saying Buhari has failed means that they are already parting ways. And by the time they part ways, it simply means They are back to the same certificate we said they were going to get. No matter how much deluded they are, no matter how much blackmail they pull, no matter how much intimidation they try to use, they are going to get one thing back. And what is that thing? Do you remember it? This certificate they are going to get back when this whole thing goes down. As much as they live in denial of everything but in their own bubble. What is that certificate I told you they will get back? BLLB. Aha! The Babs family, the first person to get it right. BLLB. Boshelo Loshebo. But like I said, they will blame everyone else for what is about to befall them, but they won't blame themselves. But you know why you should know better, or why you know about this, and why you are never going to invest your emotion as a Yoruba man into the charade and these political jobbers, opportunists who have sold the soul of Yoruba land in this, what they call the Project Nigeria. They decided to speak for themselves and not the Yoruba people. Today, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, with over 70 million people unemployed, jobless, young people. Do you actually have an idea how many of that number comes from Yoruba land? When you don't know the number, or you don't understand the number, maybe you should begin to look into your own look into your own family, look into your own community. How many of those young people there actually received the proper education that they should normally get? And for those who got the education to the point that they graduated, how many of them are currently working? And do you not know that when they say Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, when you are jobless, unable to fend for yourself, unable to meet your basic needs, then you will resort into just anything. And I say anything just to survive. And when we say that just for what, it is just so ordinary. But when you put it into the real life of it, 70 million people, 70 million people. That is the near population, if not the exact population of the United Kingdom. Imagine the entire UK, United Kingdom, jobless, just waiting to borrow money to feed their politicians, to feed their families, and they continue to borrow it. And think about that and tell me, how can you say Nigeria is going to be great when you have this staggering number of those who have become poorer? And when they become poorer, it increases crime. And when crime increases, it shortens lifespan. When your lifespan is short, what dream do you then have? If you are actually thinking, a lot of things contribute to the short lifespan in Nigeria, and these are the consequences of the policies, decisions, associations, and all these things that these politicians got involved in, and those who support them. They come back to you. So when you put the numbers, when you put the figure into a life being, then you should be scared, right? So 7 years down the line, you as a Yoruba man, a friend of Mayegun, a disciple, a brethren on Mayegun's diary political, when they begin to throw the card of religion, when they begin to throw the cards of tribe or ethnic, or they begin to throw every other useless card that they always kind of use to subdue you and tell you to reconsider your position, because if you keep your position, Yorubas are going to lose a lot, other people are going to take over. Nobody is winning in Nigeria. No tribe is winning. No religion is winning in Nigeria. Many of you are just not paying attention. When you look at the poverty in Nigeria, when you look at the underdevelopment in Nigeria, when you look at the limited access to opportunity in Nigeria, all of this doesn't recognize you, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. Poverty, it doesn't recognize you whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, or atheist. It doesn't actually acknowledge you whether you are young, old, or whatever. It is the system. It deals with you as a living being. And as a living being, it will be so stupid of you to continue to be deceived by those who don't give a damn about ethnic. They don't give a damn about your tribe. They don't give a damn about your religion. And for you to be swindled, to be deceived, to be swayed by the sweet mouth of those who don't believe in all those things. Those who have told you to jettison who you are for who they say you are. And the who they say you are is completely not clear, not well defined. Who is a Nigerian? Right. So their decisions affect you. Right? And when you look around you, you realize that all you have is you and those who look like you. So when you want to distance yourself from people like this who are always running, then you what? You subscribe onto Mayegun's Diary Politico, where it is easier to have a clarity about your decisions when it comes to stuffs like this. Your existence, your business, your family, your job, your environment, your community. Things that matter to you should matter to those in authority, protecting you, safeguarding you, and doing all of that. It is their job. But in Nigeria, the criminals in charge cut across all ethnic nationalities, all of the tribes in Nigeria. You know that? So it will be foolish and unwise for anyone who is educated. And education I'm talking about is not just about how to read, right? Or speak grammar. Education has to do with the knowledge that you have access to. Knowledge, life-changing, or let me say, life-changing knowledge. Decisions that are life-changing decisions. Information you have access to will always influence. Why do you think you should listen to the criminals who have been in charge of Nigeria for 24, 22 years? And it is the same story again and again. And when they fail, they come back to throw the same card. I'm a Yoruba man. Or I'm an Igbo man. I will do it better. I'm a Yoruba man. I will do this better. So when you understand the complexity of the fraudulent contraption itself, you will save yourself the stress of making yourself the experimental species for these rogues every 4 years. Amaechi was Speaker of Rivers State's House of Assembly for 8 years. Then he became the governor of Rivers State for another 8 years. 8 years ago, he turned on his own brother, as many of you will probably put it. But to them, it is politics, and it is about survival. The survival of the fittest, at the expense of the masses. Do you understand? They have no permanent friends or permanent enemies. They say, bunch of rogues and criminals, no ideology in their politics. It is just about who will do it and win it better next time. Then will you enjoy it for some time while the people suffer this for some time as well. So Amaechi, towards the end of his term as governor, having access to a huge amount of money. Rivers State is the second richest state in revenue generation, and at the same time in revenue they receive every month. Rivers State is the second richest state in Nigeria after Lagos State. So he had access to a serious money. And that played a very crucial role in funding the emergence of Buhari. So when Tinubu was using the Lagos money, Amaechi was using Rivers State money. building APC, funding it, getting people to cross over, promising them this and that. So he was considered as a founding father. When Buhari came in, Buhari rewarded him with a Minister of Transportation. So in 7 years, Amaechi has never completed a single rail project in Nigeria in 7 years. The Abuja rail line that Jonathan borrowed money from China, and they started it. I remember during the 2015 election campaign, when they are putting all the frauds together for all of us to consume. Good luck, Egbere Jolantan he had a coach. How many of you remember that story? So they'll put a coach or 2 coaches. They'll put them on the track. Good luck, Jonathan and some people will sit in one coach. Media will sit on the other coach. So they link them together. So they will move them from Abuja to Kaduna. And Jonathan was commissioned. He commissioned the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway in 2015. I don't know if many of you remember that, but it wasn't completed, right? So when they finished that, he also went, I think they carried the coach and everything, put them on trailer, and they drove them down to Southwest in Lagos, where he also used that to commission what he said would be Lagos, Ibadan, Kano, rail, dual carriageway. And immediately after the election, since Jonathan no win, you know, as usual, now everything stopped. Those who owned the coaches, they took their coaches away. They abandoned everything. So Buhari came, renegotiated the loan for Abuja-Kaduna Expressway with Amaechi, and they got it working again. And they completed it, probably not completed it as well, right? Because they said that the train runs 40 kilometers per hour. That is like locomotive doing, you know what I mean? Anyway, for 7 years, Amaechi was busy trying to, trying to get himself accepted by the Buhari's clan. So the first project of Amaechi was where they first started borrowing for rail construction that they would never complete, okay? Then Amaechi felt like, this old Daura, there is no university. They said no university. Amaechi was like, okay, let us put University of Transportation here for all of you in Daura. You know, Daura is where they are already kidnapping people. They kidnapped the villager of Daura just to make Buhari feel good. They constructed, Amaechi, then they have to borrow money to construct University of Transportation in Daura in order to also satisfy his master. Say, Baba Buhari, sorry, Ranka Dede, Malam, Sonuda Iki, Sonuda Ku, Sonuda Ji, or whatever, and all of that. Baba, your Baba, Onikpekpeye, Ninje, is it true that your Baba is from Niger Republic? And Buhari said, Yawa, Baba Onikpekpeye from Niger Republic came here and grabbed one person, you know, and Buhari, me, say, okay, great. But there is no road to Niger Republic from here. Say, yeah, we use camels or we trek across the desert. For how many days, Baba? For many days. In order for Amaechi to make himself the super minister as well, right? He said, okay, he traveled down to Niger Republic. You may be wondering, why am I telling you all of this? I am going to tell you everything so that as I'm telling you, you will picture it in your head. You will get angry. Well, you see, when you now get that anger, like, what the hell? I will tell you where we are going to channel the anger. Because now anger, where I go need them. All of us need the anger. So if my story too long, maybe you are not supposed to be here in the first place, my brothers and sisters. If it's boring. A trip to Niger Republic to go and beg them. Can I construct rail line and build a train, a track from Nigeria to Niger Republic? Say, no try, we don't get money on Niger. So we've spoken to contractors. They said it's going to cost about $6 billion. Now Nigeria, they feed us. We are the secret 37th state to Nigeria. All this northern Nigeria, they contribute money to bail us. We're trained. We are very fine with all the truck, with the manager. Don't worry. Say, no, it's not your money. He said we begged them. That's what Amaechi said. That's where I got my story from. I'm just recreating it for you. He said, I traveled down there to beg them. With our money, that's what he said. With our money, let us construct it. Nigeria decided to go and borrow money to construct the rail line to Niger Republic, while the economy of Nigeria was bleeding. Businesses were closing. Jobs were being lost every day in hundreds of thousands. People were falling into poverty every now and then. And the only singular port in Nigeria, can you believe that? If you have never been to Nigeria and you are watching my broadcast, would you believe it that as big as Nigeria, they only have one single port? And it is all to ensure that the unitary system that they practice in Nigeria, controlled by the northern oligarch and their friends in the south, right? To hold control, they make sure that there's only one port that works in Nigeria, one single port, and that is in Lagos. Now, when you finally clear your goods, you see that Lagos port, the people that make use of it most are the people from the eastern part of Nigeria. I can say this, I stand to be corrected, that 60% of importation to Nigeria from all over the place are businesses run by the Biafrans from the eastern Nigeria. And how do I know that? When they clear their containers in Lagos, for those who are Lagos based or Southwest based, they put it on another trailer, a strong 16-wheeler trailer, and they will begin a journey of moving it out of Lagos to different parts of Nigeria. But do you know where the most of them are always headed? To the eastern part of Nigeria. For those of us who lived in Lagos or who have lived in Ijebu, because I grew up in Ijebu, and then you see that Shagamu or Benin Expressway going on to the eastern Nigeria. There are times they will tell you, don't travel at this or so hour because the trailers who are carrying containers will be on the road. Many families have lost their lives on that road because they ran into different trailers who either lost their brakes or something happened because they are all rickety. Most of them are rickety anyway. Again, why am I telling you that? It's because I wanted you to know the economic stupidity of somebody like Amaechi, who came from that part of Nigeria, had the opportunity of being a minister after being a governor, of being a minister, and he sat down in his office in Abuja, right? And he thought about it. How do we create jobs for Nigerians? Or should I create jobs for Nigerians or create jobs for Nigerians? He chose Nigerians, Niger Republic citizens over Nigeria. How did I know? Amaechi came on here. They asked him, you are Minister of Transportation. How about something so huge, massive, whereby to prove that, you know, this criminal government actually meant well, right? How about you construct a rail from that Lagos to that eastern Nigeria, or manage to at least link the entire Nigeria by rail? The billions of dollars you are borrowing will be paid up by Nigerians, or it's going to be used for the Nigerians. How does that make any sense to you? You know what Amaechi said? He said, the Oyinbos that borrowed their money, they did not borrow their money to go and construct rail line from Lagos to the eastern Nigeria. But they continue to lie in the media that Buhari is now connecting from Kogi to Delta, but you need to see all the madness they are doing there. Now, Tinubu want to be president. Amaechi is also now running. They gave him a chieftaincy title in Daura. Magajin, something Daura. He is like the son of the soil. However, Tinubu want to contest, and they said Tinubu no well. Tinubu no get leg. He no feel even waka long distance. Now so Amaechi enter stadium. And I think it's this clip. I think it's this one.
nígbà tá à ń gbàdúrà ká bọ́ lọ́wọ́ òkú ayé kan tá a sì ń wò páǹbọ̀ ń bẹ̀ lọ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́ ìwọ ọlọ́run kí lè ṣe wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà gan tó tún wá gbé kọ́ọ̀lù mìíràn bọ̀ kọ́ọ̀lù burúkú lélẹ̀ abẹ́ ìbí ṣe à ń wò bí kọ́ọ̀lù.
So now that Amaechi, instead of him as a VIP to just walk straight to the podium and declare, Amaechi started running. What do you mean? But do you know who started asking, why is Amaechi running? Why is he running? What does he want to prove? Now the Tinubu boys. Huh. Some of you are not on Twitter. You are not on Facebook. Majority of you, now only this WhatsApp messages, you are so popular watching. Some of us, they see real film out there. Now them first started crying. What nonsense. If it is not, oh boy, you see, when you see all those Lagos Abobakus, all those Oshogbu Alimajiris, the on-boot slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons. What is wrong with him? Who sent him to be running? What's the point? What was he trying to prove? But because some people are saying Amaechi is running to show that he is healthy. If he's sure for you, do him. If he easy, Tinubu, do him. Because say, why Tinubu were triggered, ben? Why were they so triggered? I mean, you are from the same party, no biggie. I say, no, if Tinubu made him, I say, calm down. You need to calm down. I know saying now your papa that they did so. I mean, he didn't even say it. He didn't even say, okay, make your papa self run small. Or you tell Tinubu to run. Or you know Tinubu is 70. Amaechi is 60. How old is Amaechi? 62. I'll be waiting. They now said, na Tinubu made Amaechi. Say, oh boy. I think see the talk say, since they arrest Abba, Oshtelo, Pablo Escobar, Kyari, that they discovered that all of those, what's it, Gamalin? What did they use for that Nigeria again? What did they call that thing again? At Tramadol, not Gamalin. Gamalin na poison, oh. That one are instant. Tramadol na gradual. Waiting all these Lagos Abobakus, they smoke. And now then I know say don't they pain them. And small. Fake Pastor Ruga is also going to declare, and he's also going to run. Everybody will run. That's how every one of them will run, and they will run, and they will run, and they will run mad. Emefiele is also running. Yes, I'll come back to that. But the one that actually got me, it's the venue. You know, this may sound a little bit funny, but it's not. There's some things I want you to be picking up from there, right? Did you see the crowd in Rivers State? We'll come back to that. And so they do my waka jeje, like Prince will say. I mean, sorry, Princess. Princess will say, so they do my waka jeje on social media. I think it was actually on Twitter. And I saw this Tifnumbu, Lagos Abobaku, who is abroad. And you know those ones who are abroad, those are the ones we call premium Buhari idiots. And they are in 3 categories. Mumu Madu, Bele lecturer, Mumu lecturer. They are abroad. They are not in Nigeria. But they left Nigeria. Sorry, when they left Nigeria, Nigeria did not leave them. So they are abroad. They are those premium Buhari idiots abroad. Or this... and they were lamenting. I said, Baba, what's happening now? Why you can't complain like this? That if it's not because of Tinubu, who is Amaechi, nobody can challenge Tinubu. I say, Baba, from this your Cyprus where you dey, you still get mad, they talk this nonsense. Baba, what's happening? Who hurt you? Say, shut up your mouth. You don't know anything. I say, Baba, even if I don't know anything, who hurt you, Baba? Tinubu made Amaechi. You dey craze? You dey drink gamalin, I been a tramadol, I be gamalon. But that's what it is. It's a mental case. I said, but you people are of the same party now. Why are you like this? So everybody that is running is considered doing so to rubbish Tinubu. But the only way an average Lagos Abobaku would always encourage and console themselves is to believe that Tinubu the master strategist. You will see him. That's how they console themselves. But inside the room, and like this, they, you know, I don't know if some of you have seen this picture, this meme of a dog biting into the bed. That's how they go. They go after they rant on social media, after they fight and abuse and they run out of data and everything. Then the reality will set on them and they start praying. They say, God will shame on Lord Tinubu's enemy. Tinubu did all his best. So were others too. Also, let me say, so did others too. They did their best too. They raped their state. They stole money to invest in this calamity. Buhari. Gbogbo yin ma jọ perish papọ̀ ni. Ẹ ma perish mọ́ Nigeria. Ẹ ma perish papọ̀ last. Some of you don't even know the depth of the sin these guys have committed against you. A complete crime against humanity. So they all paid up. They paid. They made Buhari who he is. Amaechi robbed but when I saw that crowd, I said, so some people are still so much 2023 election APC Egbekegbe Baba job day. They say na poverty push am o. I say, oh boy, you will see staggering numbers of people. And then, you know, you may tell yourself that na poverty, they push them. Of course, na poverty. But I'm saying beyond that, it's like, put it this way. I'll let you see this first. This one, see the heads.
appreciate my three brothers. The only difference is that you wear somebody there and I wear my own khaki. As you can see, they have the same complexion. He wears a high cap in order to take one disadvantage. Let me also appreciate the speaker, the deputy speaker, the authentic coverage, deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, who was once an activist in the university system, Honorable Wale. We have here a man who
That sounded like Oshiomole. Aha. Well, that's the first one. I think I have another one I will share. I think this is the one. So, you may say they are rented or whatever you want to say, but those are human beings that you'll be like, they are also living in that Nigeria. And you ask yourself, say, so far no data, yeah, people. Eh? It's a long question, oh, long gone. But we will continue. Wait till Tinubu want to declare in Lagos. You know, something they want to do for the last time to show everybody that we see that Tinubu they control everywhere, say, who them born, this and that. The only, just like that of Amaechi yesterday, right? In Lagos, they will block everywhere. They will, to show you that they will tell you they may tell you that 10 million people came for his declaration. They may tell you that 10 million votes already waiting for him. Blah, 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 blah. Just enjoy the picture. Just enjoy it. Do you understand? Because everything is already scripted. And I'll give you a hint. Let me give you one hint. The poverty in Nigeria right now, no be here. The struggle of millions of people to survive in Nigeria right now, no be here. And with the level of money that this APC, Egbekegbe, have stolen, Nigeria debt jumped from 13 trillion to over 35 trillion right now. Over 35 trillion naira. So that means they have a lot of money. These guys were printing money. Emefiole, Central Bank Governor of Nigeria, was printing money for these guys. Like billions and billions, hundreds of billions. And people are poor. National grid collapsing. People can feed. It's terrible. And this time around, if you need 5,000, or let me say, if you need 1,000 people per street in anywhere in Nigeria right now, anywhere, they will ask you if you will pay them. They will come there. Even if they feel like they are going to be stampeded or killed or anything will happen,
for the fact that you promised them that 1,000, 2,000, or 5,000 naira, they will mobilize for you. And to them, it is all for the gram. It's all for the picture. Look at that picture. Look at that crowd. Ah, they support me. They love me. I participated once in political mobilization in Nigeria before I left Nigeria. And you probably know what I'm talking about. When you need the crowd, everybody is a party member. When PDP need crowd, they will use the same poor people, the same people APC will also give 1,000 naira to come to their rally. It's the same ball game. But the difference is this: the number is going to be more staggering. And as much as you would expect them to you expect that nobody should be in their rally, nobody should be what is all this? People are not suffering enough. Now that poverty gone will always make their campaigns crowded like that. And if you ask me, it just simply tells you that the destruction of Nigeria is completed by these guys. The explosion of Nigeria is what everyone is just waiting for. They may tell you it's not going to happen. They may tell you God told them this or that. You believe them at your own peril. Go and check that up.
So I don't have anything against anybody other than they can be whatever they want to be in Nigeria. I just don't like people who always will probably use religion, tribe, and the rest of that to hoodwink you. Some of us have chosen something different, and we are glad to stand by it in faith as well as in all honesty and sincerity, because yes, something can come out of it. Something will come out of it. Than the annual ritual or every 4 years ritual. The ritual of let us try another people. Or maybe we should try it this way. Or let's try it the other way. You are done for. Go and look that up too. We don't want to be part of that, do we? No, we don't want to be part of that. Or there is another person who says he's running too. You know, some of you may not know that the Central Bank of Nigeria, the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, is now a member of APC, Egbekegbe, something that has never been heard of. When you hold Nigeria Naira, you will see the signature of the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, which is Emefiele. Now, Emefiele is a member of APC. And he's not supposed to be a member of anything, any political party or whatever, or except maybe when he resigned, he's no longer working. But Central Bank Governor of Nigeria want to be president. Minister of Transport of Nigeria want to be president. Vice President of Nigeria want to be president. I don't know about others. The Minister of Justice of Nigeria want to be governor, and all of them are spending the money that they are stealing from the government that they are working for. They are not hiding it. They are the law. You know, when you say, oh, what about the law? No, they are the law. Now them be the law because they are above it. Therefore, the law is on their, it's under their feet. So they can do whatever they like. He said that's impossible. It will be impossible. Person where they don't go buy form for Central Bank governor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Benigna Ejimba, the Director of Communications, Emefiele Support Group, ESG. We noticed the statement issued by the PDP governors calling on Dr. Godwin Emefiele to resign following the fear of his entry into the presidential race. The statement alleges that Dr. Emefiele is involved in the campaigns for his presidency and is doing so with the national vote. We in the ESG would like to ask the PDP governors to get their facts right and should stop crying like babies even when Emefiele has not accepted the pressure to run. Campaigns calling on Dr. Emefiele has nothing to do with the CBN governor or the CBN funds. These are merely voluntary groups like us that have no connection with the CBN governor. We know that the governors are already scared that Dr. Emefiele will give them a good run for their money if he decides to heed our call and contest, which is why they have switched into panic mode and are looking for a way to scare him from joining the race. They should, however, know that we have their dossier. We know what they do with their local governments and state allocations. We know what they do with monies meant for small-scale businesses in their states. It is quite sad that the CBN governor, who has shown nothing but goodwill by initiating and advancing bailout funds to help them pay salaries and improve productivity where they have failed to do so, is now a subject of their smear attacks just to discourage him from entering the race. They have been having sleepless nights since they heard of our clamor for Dr. Emefiele to join the race. Emefiele expectedly has now become a political nightmare to PDP, even when he's not yet in the race. Knowing the capacity of the CBN governor, being the party to have discovered him, they should then be ready for a humiliating defeat should he decide to run for presidency. Thank you.
The youth, the leaders of tomorrow. Youth. She's saying that the PDP governors or the governors are afraid of the central bank governor because the central bank governor have the dossier on the state governors, how they are stealing the local government money. So they should not tempt him. They should not try him. If he decides to be president, they should keep their mouth shut, coming from the mouth of a youth, our youth. Give them the right money, they will say anything. That's what some of you don't know. And I've actually learned never to be emotionally too attached to them, though I can't really save myself, but I'm managing. Nigeria youth. All these old people don't want to go. They Nigeria youth. Give them small money. They will disown their fathers. They will tear clothes on their mothers. They will swear on the life of their children that they will deal with you if you don't believe what they are telling you. Just give them small money. Oh, if you not give them money enough to buy a car, ha. Oh boy, now vampire. But when they spend the money, nobody gives them the money again. They will turn to activists. Chebi, at least you saw them on TV now when they are promoting this person, promoting that person, shouting and fighting. We the youth, we would never. When the money is still coming, give them a car. Let them sleep in presidential suits in any hotel, in any city in Nigeria for a few nights. Put them on private jets. Let them sit with you in a private jet and fly them above here and there. Oh boy, even when they start talking about you, even you. You see all this Peter Obi, Atifku, and everywhere, Saraki, and the rest of them. When you see those who are closer to them, who don't chop there, go. Even Atifku will be like, hey, now me you describe like this, so hey, thank you, Fatai. Thank you. I don't know, Sinasu Abiu. Some of them would describe Bukola Saraki. And some of you will begin to, if you are from Kwara State, you begin to ask yourself, wait, which Saraki? Is that not the same Saraki? Saraki. Saraki. They don't pay them. They will say anything. They will do anything. They will go on TV. They will disgrace their family. It depends on the size of the money. When the money is no longer coming, or the people they like are no longer in favor, then they will say, oh boy, what will we go do now? More will turn to activists. They will suddenly turn to activists, human rights activists. Say, you see this country? Nigerians don't understand that the shape of the system is a bender that we have to come there and say, that's a young person that should be in power. Look at these young people. That guy. You don't know, say now hunger push everybody to become Vuvuzela. And a person will do Vuvuzela, buy car or get car gifts in Nigeria. Mostly they become activists. Go and check the book. If I'm lying, I stand to be corrected. You know them. Activists, political activists that turn to human rights activists.
They will swing here, they will swing there. They are neither here, they are neither there. Because anybody will come, just pay the right money. They will justify it. And when they get to some level, they begin to see themselves as possible public office holders. Because they've paid their dues. And they start talking on TV, talking jargons, nonsense for one Nigeria. So I wouldn't bother if they are not making it difficult for us to tell the people the truth that Nigeria is like a shit. You know, Igbe. You know what I mean? That a very, 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 very cunning, manipulative, and bullish salesman continue to sell to you. You don't need it, but they continue to sell it to you. I don't want this. I don't want this kind of a country. I want to be safe. I want my children to be safe. I want my business to survive. I don't like this hostility. I don't want this Nigeria. Shut up your mouth. Take. Pay. Try this one. Try this Nigeria. Try this one. So I don't want it. I don't want it. I just said, take. Every for 4 years. No, I don't want. You want me to slap you? Take. That's what they are doing to you every for 4 years. You don't want it, but they continue to force it into you and say, take. Say, but I don't like it. It's like this. I say, no. Look. Turn it around a bit. Can you see that paint? Can you see the paint? Hey, that's the new thing. That's the new thing coming. It's different. Take. Nigeria is different now. Take. You found out that you just continue to be played. And these people makes it hard. And they use religion. For somebody we talk, say, the reason why in that same one Nigeria, the reason why the Igbos, that they will never lead Nigeria was because Shena Amadu Bello Abina Tafawa Balewa, he said, caused the Igbos. Pastor Tunde Bakare. The Lord said, which Lord? God told me, which God? And he lied, unprovoked. That's one thing as well. They lie, unprovoked, because they know their audience. And unfortunately, their audience are the victim of the system that Tunde Bakare belonged to. So when the system bully them, make them poorer or threaten their source of income, anything at all, their job, their family, their livelihood or anything, they found solace in the house of God, where businessmen like Tunde Bakare is always in the waiting. From history, they say when the Kaduna-Nzegu or Kaduna-Ezegu led coup, the soldiers who killed the Sardauna, I think that is Amadu Bello, they said they came into his apartment, into his house, around the 3 a.m. when everyone was sleeping. That was what the history said. But when it got to Tunde Bakare, Baba changed the story. Can't give himself glory because he don't lift the cause. He don't lift the cause on the Igbos. I don't like that. That's manipulative. That is just the other part of what the likes of Tinubu are doing, using your tribe, your ethnic, and all of that to continue to make you feel like they are like you. I'm like you. I don't like that. I don't like people who do that, unfortunately, because they are not honest. And it's so unfortunate that, or let me say, it is so sad that people who they lie to pretend not to see them. How many of you remember this? 3 a.m. in the night. But when Tunde Bakare wants to explain it, he said, the soldiers, they went into Amadu Bello's house and they took his lawani, what do they call her?
they took his bed sheet off his head, which is a ram, to take the bed sheet off the head of a leader like that. And he was lying to educated people, and they were listening to him. Nobody said, Akika, Befun, Oya, Emma Tekpolo, Pastor. You know, nobody rose up. Bakare, for like 7 hours or 17 hours. He lied, but there are implications for those things. That's the saddest part too. She person where they bed, they sleep 3 a.m. go get in bed sheet for head. Not be for out for honor and what have you, you know? Which kind of lie be this? Lies that can make people think Yorubas actually see this person as responsible. Many of us don't see this person as responsible, no matter what it looks like to you. To many of us, no matter how old Pastor Bakare is just a charlatan who can read the Bible.
You know what happened? The day they killed Tafawa Balewa, they removed his turban, they poured wine on his head, forced him to drink, and shot him. And while he was being killed, he said, none of your tribe will ever rule Nigeria. It's not a new thing I'm saying. And I said I want to break the curse today because these Igbos were not part of those people. You cannot overgeneralize. And I went into the Bible, I showed them Genesis 49. Reuben! You are my firstborn. You will not excel. You went to my couch. You defiled my couch. You're unstable as water. But God raised Moses. He said, let Reuben live and not die. And let his men not be few. I said, on the authority of God's word, I reverse the curse of Tafawa Balewa over the Igbo generation. You will have access to the throne like any other person. Do you understand this? If you don't rise above tribal and religious, gosh, God help me. If you don't rise above it, you can't fix a nation. You can't repair the breach. You can't restore the past to dwell in.
You get what I mean?
I said today, I will reverse the course. You don't generalize. It was talking to Tafawa Balewa. You know that kind Zobo. Now Zobo tutu. That happened today. They took his turban. When they took his turban, they poured wine on him. They gave him wine to drink. And he said, he didn't say Igbo. He said, Tafawa Balewa said, none of your tribe will rule Nigeria. We won't die. She person won't die. They remember who won't rule Nigeria or who no won't rule Nigeria. But now guy man bobo. Because now them, now people like this wrote all those nonsense history. They are feeding people here and there. Be apologists from people who are supposed to know better. So it's like him. It's like, no, you can't generalize. It's like talking to Tafawa Balewa. Tafawa Balewa. No. You are wrong. These are not the people who killed you, who gave you wine, who took your bed sheet in the middle of the night. I'm going to reverse the course now so that they can have right to the throne. Which throne, Pastor? Our Dakpo. The same throne that God told you that you are going to inherit. In the name of God.
Take it to the mountaintop. You have never heard it before. I'm saying it to you this morning. In the scheme of things, as far as politics of Nigeria is concerned, President Muhammadu Buhari is number 15, and yours sincerely, I'm number 16. I've never said that to you before. I never said that to you before. I make it plain this morning. I let you know it this morning. Nothing can change it. In the name of Jesus, he is number 15. I am number 60. To this end was I born, and for this purpose came I into the world. I prepared you for this for more than 30 years. That's why if he wants to run in 2019, I do not oppose. He's still number 15. It's when he steps out that I step in. His assignment is that of Moses to take Nigeria to River Jordan, but he can't cross it. It would take a Joshua to go to the other side and begin to distribute resources to the people of this nation.
Joshua, take us through to the River Jordan. What you concern me with River Jordan? What's my business with River Jordan? I'm a Yoruba man from Ijebu. All the rivers I know, they are in Ijebu, and some of them cut across to Ekpe, and then they go to Lagos. What's it concern me with River Jordan? Joshua, thank you. But Joshua, don't change course. Now Joshua is now considering, he said he's considering, maybe he should do it or he should just let all of you suffer. Maybe he should listen to God and as number 16. So he's running. Just in case any of you see his poster anywhere. Now God, now God call him. Amen, amen. Do you see the crowd? Hey, Jesus, in the name of Jesus, take it onto the mountain. Take onto the mountain top and say it to the world. God said. And then they won't ask him later and say, Baba, what's happened? This not look like, say, you go be number 16. No. People will still ask, the people were still there today listening to him. So it's quite insulting. Seriously. So, going forward, we have our own ready-made and ordained, God-ordained mission, and which is to bring all Yorubas into an agreement that Elijah, they've criminalized it. They try to even kill as many people as they killed us. They decided to run us out of town and they want to keep us shut down. It is not always going to be in their favor. And so far, so good. The horde is in our favor. So many of you have seen this video. To my friends who don't understand the Yoruba, I would ask some of my friends who are watching right now to help me do some short summary, kind of explanation in the comments for those who don't understand Yoruba. Many of you have seen it. It's good for us to see this because we contributed as well to this. Oloye Sunday Igboho.
Lawyer. And then your father is around, then the president is already released you. Money, are you sure? Now let me see the document. Money, I don't understand French. Maybe you can call somebody for me.
Go come and interpret it.
Only no problem. My friends, can you possible only the benefit? Only one so for me to get pay àtàwọn àti lọ́yà nǹkan gbé mọ́tò tó dá wa wọ́n á gbé nǹkan mọ́ lọ́lé bàbá mo á wò pé àbí mo wá lálà ẹ̀lú lọ́yà Sàlámì bọ̀ ẹ̀ wá lọ́yà ní mo wà pẹ̀lú màdàmá tí mo wà gbé ẹ ti mọ̀ ní wọ́n wà ní pàdé mi tó mọ̀ àwa ti wà lẹ́yìn ìrìn ìta àdúró ẹ ti mọ̀ bó àwọn bàbá kan ti wà á tà wá tiẹ̀ fún la rárá ẹ̀ tiẹ̀ jẹ́ mi ọmọ gàrà àwọn ti parí ètò kí mi tó ọlọ́run jẹ́ parí bàbá bílọ̀ ẹ̀mí yóò gbogbo mi ẹ pẹ́ fún mi gan mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé nígbà tí ọlọ́run bá gbalẹ̀ bá fún wa àní gbàgbé yín mo wá dúpẹ́ lọ gbogbo àwọn tí ń ṣiṣẹ́ lábẹ́ ìjọba ta lọ pátápátá ọlọ́run ní bàǹkà yín jẹ́ gbogbo àwọn adájọ́ pátá wọn ṣe dáadáa wọn ò fi gbákan bọ̀ kan nú wọn ní kí n relax àwọn fẹ́ investigate mi àwọn fẹ́ mọ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí mo ṣẹ̀ nílùú Benin káwọn tó mọ nǹkan táwọn sọ àti wọ́n sáàbò fẹ́ mi ní èbí bá ń lera ẹ̀sìn gbé mi ní lẹ́sẹ̀ lọ́yà ń wò mí rán ni wọ́n mọ̀ gbé mi lọ prison ẹ̀sìn kankan wọ́n ní farabalẹ̀ abo ní president fẹ́ fún mi àwọn òkòkò làwọn tí ń wá mi kiri yìí wọ́n fẹ́ ya mí jẹ ni ọlọ́run ní bàtìta lọ́jẹ́ ọlọ́run ò ní pa president lọ kò ní pọmọ ẹ̀ kò ní báńkì rẹ̀ jẹ́ kọ́ wá ní ọlọ́run tó bá tí ọba ṣèlú débi tó dé yìí bàbá mi tẹ́ bá dé airport tí wọ́n ń sìn ó tún wá ń build the airport kan lọ́wọ́ bàbá president talon yẹn ó ń build the airport kan lọ́wọ́ ìgbà tí mò ń wo kíní yẹn ló tẹlifíṣàn wọn bàbá mi ó ń build tó bá parí airport yẹn ní Africa ń bí ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ number 1 ẹbí airport ti wá lójó ọmọ ọ̀rọ̀ láwọn wá bí sápá wọn sí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá dé airport ti wá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní tójò bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ wà bí dóòsì ni ẹ̀ná lè lọ lẹ́ni tàbí tí wọ́n bá wù nú airport ìrírú ẹ̀rí ẹni lọ níbí airport wọn lọ fún ìbí nǹkan mi èmi bó ṣe mọ̀ yìí ọ fún ìtàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ mímọ́ ń gbà èyí tó wá ń bìrì lọ́wọ́ ń sìn number 1 lọ́gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ láfíríkà gbogbo àwọn hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì ẹ bá rí program máa yẹn bàbá mi bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ti wà bí tó jọ mẹ́ta so gbogbo ẹmọ Yorùbá ẹmọ bá mi dúpẹ́
àkọ́kọ́ lérí pé bí ìmọ̀ máa compete pẹ̀lú Paris
Ọlọ́run ó ní kóhun tó ń fẹ́ bá bẹ́ẹ̀ dé àwọn kò ní tẹ́ẹ̀ bá débi tó bá kúrò ń bẹ́ẹ̀ náà tó bá dé Paris ọmọ ògbé àbí mi tí kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ní ibi tó ń fẹ́ bá dé so gbogbo ẹ̀yin mọ̀mọ́ mi bàbá mi mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín mo dúpẹ́ gidigidi gan mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ fọkàn yín balẹ̀ èmi lọ́mọ yín Sunday Igboho ẹ mọ̀ pé mi níbi ìtúrẹ́ yín mi dẹ̀ ní dalẹ̀ èmi rè é ẹ mọ̀ dọ́gbọ́ olúmọ̀ sí ẹ gẹ̀lẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ara rẹ̀ ọ̀yá ẹ̀wọ̀n lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin ni ọmọ mi Òṣùpá ó ní àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kílẹ̀ tí rí a sì máa gòkè sí torí bí igi ìgalà yìí tà wá ó fọ́ ọjọ́ pé tà láàtàkù ọba àkú láti bí dèdò àtàkùn dádó yóò bá máa dúró àlùbáríkà tó lọ kulẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yóò bá bọ́ lóko ẹrú á bọ́nu wàhálà Fúlàní pátápátá ó kọ ẹrú yóò bá wà bí wọ́n pa wá àgbọ̀dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ bọ́jí wa gbé àgbọ̀dọ̀ dún kí ni mo ṣe mo ní pípa tẹ́ ń pa wá yìí ó ti pọ̀ jù jíjí pé tẹ́ di wa gbé ipò ẹ̀ ń bá dúkìá wa jẹ́ ní ohun tí mo sọ nìyẹn ẹni bá lọ fẹjọ́ sùn lágọ̀ọ́ ọlọ́pàá tó ti mọ́lé kí ni a ṣe fún yín tó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ a ṣe ń gbẹ̀rẹ̀ wa ní wọ́n Nàìjíríà kí ni wọ́n ń pa wá fún ọ̀tán àwọn tẹ̀lé fẹ́ pa mí fún nìyẹn kí ni mo ṣe wọn pa yẹ mi ò jalè mi ò ṣe nǹkan so mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá mi mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri àgbáyé pátá nílọ ẹni jábọ́ láéláé Ọlọ́run ní bá yín kò ní tọ́ ọmọ ẹkùsẹ́ Yorùbá ò ní gbàgbé láéláé mo wá fi yín mo fi kí gbọ́ àwọn lọ́yà yòókù náà bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bọ̀t Ọlọ́run bá lọ́ba tó ní dáadáa lè ṣàdéhùn pé bí n ṣe rè ṣùgbọ́n tọ́lọ́run bá ṣe bá ṣe fẹ́ ó parí náà wà náà wẹ̀ tán lórí sítórì nígbà tí àwọn bàbá wa yìí tọ́lọ́run bá jà fún wọn débi tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé wa dé ó kọ́ yẹn wà nù sórí ìtàn Sunday Igboho ó wà nù tàn Yorùbá ó ti wà ń bẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́dì kò ní bá àlè yọ ó ti wà ń bẹ̀ Ibrahim Salami lọ́yà Igboho ni ó ń bẹ̀ èyí ò ṣe parẹ́ nígbà tí Igboho dìde níjọ́ kìíní àná o tí wọ́n bùrùsọ ń bẹ̀ náà o tí bẹ́ẹ̀ wá ṣe dáadáa tí wọ́n gbé fún àwọn òkòkò ìjọba Nàìjíríà ń gbà náà àwọn lọ́yà tó tájú tó já kíkanjú ní akíkanjú wájú adájọ́ o. Professor tó mú gbogbo pátá mo fi kí gbogbo àwọn lọ́yà yòókù àtàwọn lọ́yà tó bẹ̀ morúkọ wọn Fanola Raphael Tatu Atita mo fi kí wọn Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ jábọ̀ Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ jábọ̀ ní tẹ́láìlá ní kábùkù ojú ọ̀dẹ̀ ní tí gbogbo Yorùbá mọ̀ mọ̀ pé táwọn Yorùbá bá wo fídíò wọ́n mọ̀ bá mi tó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín dáadáa Ọlọ́run ní bàbí jẹ́ ìlú ọmọ dá sí ni ìjọba ta lóò ní parẹ́ ìjọba rẹ̀ ó sì mọ̀ dá sí ni àlùbáríkà àwọn tó lọ́n kulẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àlùbáríkà yẹn pé ìdùnnú ní oṣù kẹta ọjọ́ kẹta tí mo rí ìwé ayọ̀ pé mo lọ lé rẹ̀ lọ bá àwọn fámìlì rẹ̀ ìdùnnú ọjọ́ náà inú mi nìkan kọ́ ló dùn inú gbogbo Yorùbá àgbáyé ló dùn káàkiri ayé Ọlọ́run kò ní bá ta lọ àtẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ wà lábẹ́rẹ́ Ọlọ́run ní bá yín jẹ́ ní ìṣẹ́jú kan ta lọ àtàwọn tí ń ṣèjọba lábẹ́rẹ́ Ọlọ́run kò ní bá yín jẹ́ ìṣẹ́jú kan ẹ mọ̀ dá sí ni ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin mọ̀mọ́ mi bàbá mi tẹ̀ jẹ́ Yorùbá àti Yorùbá Benin mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹ relax àfọkànbalẹ̀ òní ọjọ́ ọ̀dúpẹ́ ni kì í ṣe pé a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ èyí tí ń bá sọ tó bá fẹ́ di pé ẹgbà mi lẹ́nu ẹ̀yin lẹ́nu mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ ṣe mọ̀ pé mo dúpẹ́ ni ṣùgbọ́n mo ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé Ọlọ́run bá tọ́ láyé tọ́lọ́run yóò yọ bókò ló pẹ̀lú láìpẹ́ yìí a sì Ọlọ́run gba Yorùbá àlùbáríkà bàbá mi tó jókòó tèmi gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bàbá ẹ mọ̀ dáhùn yẹn lọ́wọ́ nípa bàbá Akintoye kò tí gbàgbó jáde inú ẹ̀wọ̀n ni gbogbo today is 7 of April 2022 inú ilé la wà tá à ń gbádùn èyí lọ́ọ̀yà mi ẹ mọ̀ dáhùn wúruwúru yẹn lóhùn ẹ mọ̀ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Talon ọ̀tàn gbogbo àwọn yẹn gbogbo àwọn tó ń bá wù kán sọ ń pa bàbá káwọn náà bọ́ ta kán wá ẹwọ gbà tí bàbá yìí ti wà ń bí bàbá ní tí wọn bá fi Sunday lòun ní kó lu yìí mọ̀ ń bọ̀ ń bàdẹ ọmọ òríjìnà ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ ni mi là ní mo kọ yìí ilé bàbá ọmọ ìbọn lẹ́rù wọ́n ń bọ̀ nílé láìpẹ́ yìí ni mọ̀ ń bọ̀ sí mọ̀ ń bọ̀ nulẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹmọ fòyà kò sí nǹkan kan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹnìkan kan ò ní dẹ́rù bẹ́ nìkan iṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ ìjọba Nàìjíríà mi kọjá yìí mi ilé ẹjọ́ sì ti dá láre ní Nàìjíríà wà ń bẹ̀ náà mò ń bọ̀ ń bẹ̀ yàtọ̀ fún tibí mo tún ti gbàdájọ́ Nàìjíríà owó mi tí Nàìjíríà ti jẹ mi ẹ̀sán 20 billion ni ẹ̀sán owó mi ẹ̀sán ẹ̀nìsàn kí ni ẹ̀sán 20 billion mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ègùn tó wà nílùú Benin pátápátá.
They were wonderful. They are wonderful.
Gbogbo ọba Benin pátápátá káàkiri gbogbo ọba tí ń bẹ́lẹ̀ Benin mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yẹn àtọ́ba Yorùbá àtọ́ba ègùn mo dúpẹ́ torí mo dúpẹ́ gbogbo ilẹ̀ dìde sọ̀rọ̀ mi kì í dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ mi lẹ̀ dìde sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá lẹ̀ dìde sí Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ iná ń tàn mọ́ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gidigidi gan mo dúpẹ́ ọjọ́ dúpẹ́ lè ní ń tún padà dúpẹ́ o nígbà tí n bá dénú ilé ọ̀dọ̀ mi tí n bá dé Ìbàdàn màá dúpẹ́ dáadáa tẹ́ẹ̀rì mi wò bí ìran mọ́ mi gan màá tún dúpẹ́ yẹn dú bọ̀ kí n tó kó n bẹ́ẹ̀ náà mo gbọ́dọ̀ dúpẹ́ ìdúpẹ́ pé mo wà ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni mo ń dúlọ́ yìí torí pé tí n bá dúpẹ́ ní ọwọ́ President Talon àti gbogbo ọmọ Benin bí ìgbà tí mo ya láìmoore ni so mo gbọ́dọ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín Ọlọ́run ní bàlú yín jẹ́ Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní dójú tì yín ebí mi lẹ tọ́jú yìí Ìbàdàn gan mi ò fáyìn tó báyìí gan ẹ tọ́jú mi pọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá tọ́jú yín Ọlọ́run bá tọ́jú yín ojú òní tì yín ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ ẹ ṣé gan ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Ìgbòho ti dúpọ́ Yorùbá ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹ mọ́ dákẹ́ àdúrà Ìgbòho ti dé padà àyàdẹ̀ ti bẹ́lẹ̀ ọbẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ ni kò sí pé nǹkan Ìgbòho nọ́mbà so inú mi dùn mo ṣe mo rí i pé ọkùnrin ní Talon mo rí i pé ìjọba tí ó ń tẹ̀lé òfin ni torí pé ó lójú.
Thank you very much. Sorry, my friends who don't understand Yoruba. I bet some other people helped us out during the the broadcast there. So Igboho was just sending thank you message to everyone who actually helped. Many people he said they couldn't really thank. Many of us he would never be able to mention by name. That came around for him, all the lawyers, all everybody. So it was just full of thanks. And he's, repeatedly thanking the President of Benin Republic, for the kind of the support, the protection, and then the welfare they gave to him when he was in their custody until his release. Even till now, the level of protection and support is just thankful and thanking everybody. That's why he said it is not yet time, right, to start firing. Is just want to say thank you to everybody, but you should all be happy and then get ready because Igboho is back. Some people said that when Igboho said, I am going to be in my house in Ibadan. I'm going to make a proper video in my house in Ibadan. For now, I've been advised not to make much and too much of a video for now, but I couldn't just hold back without saying thank you to all of you. Until I get to Ibadan. He continued to say thank you in that video. So that is what that is. And behind the scene, us on Mayegun's Diary Politico, we have been playing a very, very, very crucial role, especially of late, when it comes to this issue of Yoruba Nation, Oloye Sunday Igboho, and the persecutionists, Nigeria, DSS and Nigeria, and, even doing so well. In the last 6 weeks, we started a fundraiser
where we have actually raised over 30,000 pounds right now. And then we've also spent nearly 20,000 pounds, which you can put all together around 13 million naira. So the last money we spent was when we had to make a lump payment of 3 million plus 1.8 million, making it a 4.8 million. And then we also pick the welfare pack, the welfare of Alano and Deputy Alano and every other of the activities for this April. So we've spent so much. However, there's so much others that I haven't told. Well, not so much. There are some others that I haven't told you because until they're mature, I can't tell you, what we did on that. So we have some reports that we are expecting to be brought back to us. Some of this, now that we've decided that we should channel our money into something more, more physical now, like publicity, awareness, and stuffs like that. So there is this token investment I have made on your behalf. This investment is to help us get an evidential report of the damages of a Fulani terrorist in Yoruba land, the underdevelopment of Yoruba land, not just the Fulani terrorist damages in Yoruba land, including the political damages in Yoruba land. So all these things are going to be presented to us soon, and I'm going to present them to you. It is also part of this project, talking about gathering information, gathering data that we can work with, data that can guide us into areas where we can really be useful. Not just useful, like really be effective. So I'm working on that, and I'm committing some funds to that. Okay. Another one is that we said something about testing the water by putting up a mountain giant billboards telling the Yorubas that Yoruba nation is coming. Leave a message that will probably continue to ring in the minds of those who come across those billboards. So as I'm talking to you right now, I have discussed this with Deputy Alano, and I'm working with other people behind the scene. So we're going to do that before the end of this week. So if you are watching me from Lagos, if you are watching me from any part of Yoruba land, you are likely going to come across these messages soon. Proudly sponsored by the Yorubas in diaspora. That is what we call the Diaspora for Justice. So you will come across them as they are putting together different campaigns, as they are putting up a different distraction for their 2023. It is ideal and advised that we should also leave some messages for our people right there in Yoruba land. So I'm working on that. And like I said, before the end of the week, you will begin to see that on the main road in Yoruba land, telling every Yoruba to get ready. Referendum, not election. Yoruba land is not safe, but they are not talking about it. Yoruba land is not, the Yorubas and the young Yorubas are poorer, but they are not talking about it. They want 2023. You can choose what you want. Choose Yoruba nation. Tell your neighbor, tell your children, tell your family, tell your colleagues. Discuss this. Your future is in your hands. All these kind of quote writings will be, you start spotting them in Yoruba land. We'll do that for a month. We will pay for a month. If we see the effect of that well delivered, we'll take our data from that, the reaction and every other thing. After that, we will launch a multiple publicity as politicians are putting their posters on different billboards, on different highways in Yoruba land. We will mount giant billboards across the highways in Yoruba land, all the Yoruba cities. And by the end of 2022, if we sustain this, I planned that we would have more than 1,000 billboards scattered all over Yoruba land, asking people to get ready. Community from community to communities, from classroom to classrooms, from offices to offices, from every home to another home. Discuss the possibility, the marginalization of the Yorubas in the Nigeria projects. Demand and join the self-determination campaign, because Yoruba deserves better. So I'm calling on you to let you know that I'm going to take that action this week from our money. And if you come across them, I am planning that we should go for 4 first. We have one at Baga in Lagos. We have one at Shagamu Interchange. We have another one at Iwo Road in Ibadan. For everybody traveling down to Oyo, Ogbomosho, Ilorin, they will always use the interchange in Iwo Road, Ibadan. So if it's not Iwo Road, then possibly we'll drop it at Tollgate, Ibadan. We are also going to put one on Shagamu, Benin, or Road. Then we'll watch this for a month. If they pull them down, we will sue their government. Because this money that they are going to charge us for this publicity is going to go through their government purse. So if any government of any of these states touches our stuff after collecting money from us, that means we can start fighting them right there in their own courts. Yes, let's start fighting them from their own courts. And that is why I am telling you tonight, from what we have received, sorry, I'm not a mathematician, so I decided to just put some jotter here, right? The last time I spoke to you, I said we had about 17,000 pounds left from our first spending when we spent 7.8 million naira from our first tranche of money we paid out. Then we had a proposal for April that we're likely going to possibly spend up to 10 million naira in this month. Then we made a lump payment that we did pay. So at the end of the day, we made a payment of about about 5.2 million naira. One of the payments includes, or the payment which includes the 3 million naira lump payment we made towards the legal issue of the Igboho 12. The 1.7 million naira we paid towards the welfare of Alano and Deputy Alano as we did last month. And another 500,000 naira committed to this report I'm telling you about. Although there has been others committed to it, but by the time the reports start coming in this month, I would be able to explain better to all of you. I don't want to kind of, expose the cover of those who offered to do this job for us. So I would rather just tell you that something is coming in that regard, but in what form, wait till it is delivered, okay? But it is one of those money I spent that I actually feel proud of. And many, many of you will be proud of it too. The data we are going to get from that, which are going to be verifiable data, reliable data, documented one, are going to help in so many ways when we are going to take up the damages done to Yoruba land or done in Yoruba land covered by the APC, Egbekegbe, Tifnubu and gang. These materials will become handy. Very, very handy. So, and it is quite cheap. I wouldn't say cheap, but compared to what people have kind of taken from us, this is one great investment that you all will be proud of. However, we are also going to make commitment towards this publicity. For now, I have actually made a deal. A deal I have actually compared, and I believe that is fair enough. Again, I won't say much on that until we go to that execution stage. So among what we have left, our people have been responding again, all of you, my friends. The last 4 or 5 days, you have all responded to my request that we should up our contribution as we are also expanding what we have The more we spend, the more we will need to continue to meet our target, or else we'll run out at a point and all of this will be shelved. Maybe before we do that, there's something so substantial that we can achieve with this, and we are right on it. So we have a lot of requests in, and we have also have a lot of contribution in, all there online. So my friends who make donations via PayPal, I got your donation, like I said the last time. I also received another one again from Kalu Okpara. Sorry, my brother, I love mentioning your name because you are such a regular, or even on Mayegun's Diary Political YouTube, Kalu Okpara. I don't know if he's watching right now. So Kalu, I received your 17 pounds donation towards this, which I believe is also for what we are doing. So it's going to be added to it. Every other donation is out there, as you can see the writing on the, if you go onto the website where we are doing the fundraiser, we have spent majority of that money you are seeing there, 30,000, 32,000 you are seeing there. We have spent more than, we have received more than 80% of that. And we have, out of that 80%, we have spent more than 50% of that. So which means that we've spent more than what you are seeing up there, but we still have a lot with us. Currently, by the time what you have added, because in the last 3 days or 4 days, I bet we've raised more than 2,000 pounds. Okay, it slowed down again, right? But when I started talking about it, we raised more than 2,000 pounds in 2 days. So by the time they deduct all the charges, because that's what they do, okay? They don't give me everything. They take their charges on every transaction like that, and there's a way they do it, and then they remit everything else after. So when they are done, after maybe about 7 days, I bet some of them will come in this week. That means we are likely going to have our balance will be somewhere around 10,000 pounds. So that means we still have more than 7 million naira in our bank, okay? And from that 700 million naira, I am going to be spending about 1 million naira of that towards that, what I said, the report coverage, which is going to be delivered, as well as the publicity I told you of, okay? I may not go fully into that, but you know the figure. So once I manage to clear that this week, all those publicity will begin to pop up. And don't tell anybody that it's Mayegun. Just say it's you, the brethren from the Temple of Truth, the Yorubas in diaspora, the friends of Yorubas, lovers of freedom, liberty, are those who did it. And when we test the water, if no yawa or anything, it will do more and more and more and more until you can't turn or drive on any motorway, any highway in Yoruba land without seeing a message telling you about Yoruba nation. Yorubas are going. It is just a matter of time. The amalgamation has expired, right? And then 60 years or 62 years after independence, Yorubas have paid enough to keep Nigeria to what Nigeria is now. It is time that we looked after Nigeria for 62 years, right? It is time to look after ourselves. Messages like this will be popping up on your different. Then the next stage is we are going to go into their radio. All we need is just to get the league of all these broadcasters. Again, I won't go much into that until when it is almost done like this, like the publicity I just told you of. Until when it is almost done, we will infiltrate their radio stations. We will infiltrate their TV stations. When I say infiltrate, we will make them bold enough to talk about Yoruba nation. Okay? We will make them open up programs where people will call in to discuss and express their views about the Yoruba nation and the struggle for it. So there's a long way to go. I just thought we can use the little we have to start, to start doing a kitty here and there. Because that our kitty here and there is part of what we make many of them who are living in denial to come to that reality. Waiting they no one talk about. We will make them talk about it. They wanted us to be violent. We will teach them that, no, everything is not a violence, so to say. There are ways we can disarm those who feel so powerful than us without shooting a gun. Again, it's going to be one of our techniques in dismantling this hegemony. Ayuade Oseni, thank you very much for your super chat. I just wanted to show my appreciation for all you do, for your steadfastness and for arming us with information to defend ourselves. Thank you, Mayegun, and thank you very much sir, if it is a sir. Now, same thing goes to Victoria Omolade. Thank you very much, ma, for your own super chat too, super sticker rather. Then I also have Oluremi Kilanko Ogabi. Thank you very much as well for your own super sticker too. And thanks to every one of you watching. I don't know if you have taken a minute to drop your own offering. Paying your offering on Mayegun's Diary Political is not always in dollars or in pounds or in any currency of your choice. It is actually that button that shows like this under this video. It is called like button. If the unlike button was working, I would tell you to use it too, just to express how you feel apart from how you are dropping your comments. Okay, use it. That tool is also very important, the like button, and that is your offering. If you haven't dropped it, maybe you should now. Thank you very much, Ade. Ade, Maoga, thank you very much for your generosity, your super chats. Keep up the good job, Mayegun. Love from Baltimore. Do you call it Baltimore or Baltimore? Thank you very much for that. Now let us continue. It is about us talking about those who put us in this situation, and at the same time us charting a new course that can actually change the destiny of a generation, not just ours, but those coming after us. Every little help, they say, can make a huge difference, and it starts from now. You know, one thing they also say, mind is a very powerful tool. Your mind is a very powerful tool. Depends on what you feed it. If you don't feed it with the right information, it will be as powerless as you would become. Your mind, and guess what? If you don't make use of your mind, somebody else will make use of it for you. It is just how the universe works. So before, or let me say, the sheepies that have been misled, made believe that is their sins, and that is why Nigeria is what Nigeria is to them. We need a lot of education like this for them to unlearn what they have learned before they can now be fed with the right information that are helpful enough for them to make other right decisions. Just as I've told myself, politics changes everything. If there's anything you have to learn or understand better, it is politics. Do you want to go into law? Learn politics. Do you want to go into medicine? Learn the politics of medicine. Do you want to go into academia? Learn the politics of the academia. Do you want to go into anything you want to go into? Learn the politics of everything you are going into. Because it is the politics of everything that you're going into, that actually decides what happens in where you are going to. And for somebody like myself that knows that politics affects us in a great way, their policy, one single policy can just drop millions of people in abject poverty. One single policy can put the lives of millions of people in jeopardy. Just one single decision. And that's why I said politics then shouldn't be something that you leave to emotion only. Politicians will appeal to your fear. Politicians will appeal to your to your emotion. All things that get you so worked up. But when you understand all of them, you will be so kind of independently minded that you can decide and say, I don't believe in all this bullshit, man. And it's true. When Tinubu and gang, when they throw their weights around, they don't make any sense to majority of people on Mayegun's Diary Political. Do you know that? Because over time, people began to know that it is absolute emotion talking. When they talk about their politicians, especially in Yoruba land, it is their emotion talking. And how did they arrive at that? Using their emotion to blackmail you. They say you are a Yoruba man. When you see a Yoruba politician, automatically you feel like he must love you because he's a Yoruba man now. So emotionally, you expect him to love you. Then another thing is that emotionally as well, you are also kind of, conditioned to believe that a Yoruba politician has the right to rob you. If it's corrupt, yeah, fine. Yeah, it's our money is stealing. Why should an Igbo man put his mouth there? It is all social construct, social conditioning. They are here. Everything is here. So we have to unlock all of that. We have to make sure that when these criminals throw their weight around, you don't get freaked out. In fact, you get irritated because you understand them. You see through them. You see through the lie. You see through the charade. So it don't make any sense to you. That is the primary power, the weapon that you actually need, which is called the liberation power. The liberation, it is mind. You know, when it's revolution, liberation, it is of the mind because everything is here. And if you cannot separate the politics in all of these things before you reason, you are always going to get trapped in the emotional blackmail. You know, you are an Igbo man. Don't talk like that to an Igbo man. No, you know you should be supporting an Igbo man, should be supporting an Igbo man. A Yoruba man should be supporting a Yoruba man, no matter what happens. Because you shouldn't be criticizing your people. It doesn't go well. It's just going to show that you don't love yourself. You don't love the criminals. Don't love your oppressors. Even if they speak the same language like you, don't. So that is why we will use our resources to reach out to minds. The social construct minds that blinds the people from seeing the situation exactly as what it is when they won't look at it. When they look at it with the lens of ethnic, tribe, religion. They say, but see this cup now. This is not yellow and white cup. Say, can I take a look at it? Say, yeah, please take a look. It's a yellow and white cup. McDonald's. You know what? As a Christian, we don't call this yellow. As a Muslim, you cannot call, because it's looking at it with the lens of religion. You say, us as Yoruba people, we don't see this as white. We call it gray. Oh, as Igbo people, we call it red. Well, it's actually white. This is white and yellow. Point blank. So Amaegun's diary political, it is to help us never to see the situation always from the prejudiced mind of I am an Igbo man. I will look at it as an Igbo man. I'm a Yoruba man. I have to look at it as a Yoruba man. I am an Hausa Fulani man. I'm an Hausa man. I want to, you know what I mean? You have to take all of that out and begin to see that the policies as well as the politics of these politicians and these rogues, past and present, their decisions, the consequences of their actions, when they come back biting, they don't select whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, what do you call it, a Northerner or a Southerner, a this or that. It is a bracket that the system drag you into and you pay the price. So why should you then see the problem or see the situation from your own religion, tribal, ethnic, class, or whatever lens you are picking up? So that is the message we want to put in the minds of the people, starting in Yoruba land. Christiana Oniyidema, thank you for your super chats or super sticker as well. My friends are being generous tonight. Thank you. I mean, I've not seen super chat for a while, so I've never had to stop talking to acknowledge a super chat, okay? So thanks to every one of you, by the way. And yeah, I can manage that distraction. Anyway. So we need to do more than just our talking like we've agreed, by the end of April, we should be able to present to you the prototype for the Yoruba Rescue Fund under the authorization, with the authorization of Baba Akintoye, that made Mayegun your own general overseer in the Temple of Truth, the first foreign reserve governor general for Yoruba nation. You can make whatever you can, or let me say, you can make do with that wherever you can. Well, you all heard it on Mayegun's Diary Political when Baba Akintoye, Professor Akintoye, Professor Adeniran, Alano, and Deputy Alano, they came on to Mayegun's Diary Political and they said, Mayegun, we gave you the go-ahead based on your honest, sincere, open track record, confirmed and certified. You will be the one to raise fund for the Yoruba nation struggle worldwide. Since then, I have started the project to make it the first of its kind. You're going to love it. Trust me, everybody's going to love it. So I hope that we will present the prototype. Should I call it a demo? I don't even say prototype. Prototype when you go. No prototype. Prototype is something like you draw, you design, and no. We're going to do a demo. So I am likely going to be able to do a demo for all of you. How do you use it? How convenient is it? You know, I mean, how do I meet people? How do I know how to, you know? And I'm going to be like, don't worry. Let's take a look. We'll do a demo and all of that before the end of the month. So we're working on it. Okay. So some said I'm a minister of finance. I'm bigger than minister of finance. You don't understand. Some of you don't understand. I told them, I said, if people understand that kind of thing where they say I'm somebody who can be in charge of more than 100 billion naira Yoruba money. Can you believe that? You're Mayegun. If I finish building what we are building, when we finish everything, safe and sound, your Mayegun, this your ordinary Mayegun, one man mopo. I'm going to be governor general. See, listen, you need to let us create something that is bigger like that because it's worldwide. All of you, if you say I want to support Yoruba nation, I'm giving them $1. It's going to come into the pocket that I have been authorized to supervise. So I may come here one day, your regular Mayegun may just be here and they will say, I'm even bigger than any central bank governor for Yoruba land. You don't understand. Like I am, that position that they gave to us, the responsibility they gave to us on Mayegun's Diary Political is bigger than Central Bank of Yoruba land. This is a foreign reserve. Money where nobody fit touch. No government fit touch her. You don't understand. I'll tell you more later. So it's bigger. So Central Bank in Yoruba land will be making withdrawal from foreign reserve. You don't get them. It's a big stuff. So imagine if you have an account with $1 billion US or more, $1 billion US for Yoruba nation. Forget it. Baba. So, but that's too much for now. I don't know. I mean, by the time the Yoruba nation money gets to £1 million, I won't be the only one in charge like that anymore, you know, with that arrangement. They will have to talk, you know. I'm just joking. Even if now $1 billion, you see what we are building, it will just take them like kalo. So you need to know that there's responsibility coming for all of us. Okay. Yeah. Governor General, Yoruba Nation Foreign Reserve. See? It doesn't really take much time to coin all these titles. Mayegun General. No, you say General Overseer, Temple of Truth. Mayegun, then you say the Governor General, Yoruba Nation Foreign Reserve. Mayegun general. Eh? I don't mean to do this, right? But I'm gonna do it. So when you tell them, they say, who is Mayegun? You say, well, you know, get her. The general overseer of the Temple of Truth, Governor General, Yoruba Nation Foreign Reserve, Mayegun General, as he depend them.
As he dey see with us, he go dey pain them. As he dey pain them, he go dey see with us.
I didn't mean that. I just remember that song and it was just going on in my head. I need your support. Without your support, without your embracement, without everybody coming together like we did with this fundraiser, it is just going to be a dream. Okay? So it's bigger than the fundraiser. All right? It's bigger than the fundraiser. We all need to come together. Many of us are going to be able to register there. Do you want me to tell you a bit about it? Maybe I should just put you in that mood so that you can know what you are looking forward to, okay? It's not just about raising money, coming there to contribute money. No. The platform is also going to be a platform where you can register. When you register, there is going to be a platform on it where you can meet other Yorubas from all over the world. A little chatty room where everybody can exchange messages like Twitter. So if you come there and you open your own profile there, create ID for yourself, a small profile like that, you can put in your picture, your location in America. I live in Florida, US. I live in Glasgow, UK. I live in London, UK. Or I live in Minnesota in America as well, or I live in Quebec in Canada, or I live in Dubai in UAE. You know that stuff, you put that there, people knows where you are. You can meet other people from your city, and then we can always organize their events, meetings and all that through the platform. But the most important thing is that you can meet other people, Yorubas. Okay, share information, share, you know, stuffs like that. It's going to be interesting, honestly. Then you know that if you don't need to go and make don't say, oh, I don't have £10 to donate, or I don't have £100 to donate. You can set up a direct debit and say, okay, Yoruba Nation Rescue Fund can take $1 from my bank every month, just $1. Or Yoruba Nation can take £1 or £2 from my bank every month. Excuse me. Direct debit. So you know the advantage of that, let me tell you. That platform, when that platform finally brings us together enough, right? So you can just think, okay, if we have more than 200 million Yorubas worldwide that we want to discover, according to Alano, and then the first 6 months, we discover 1 million. You know, I'm a dreamer. I'm a big dreamer, but at the same time, I always kind of also work out what is realistic now and then like that. Here you get. So imagine it for a minute that we have 1 million of us who sign up in 6 months on Yoruba Rescue Fund platform. And 1 million of us all over the world decided to be donating $2. Do you know what that $2 will be in a month? $2 million. Just like that. $2 million, just like that. So once we come to your bank, we take $2. We take $2. We take $2. We take $2. $2. From 1 million people, that is $2 million a month. Imagine after, let's say, a year, we have 10 million people who have signed up as Yorubas. We will promote it. You will see it. Don't worry. No rush. We will build and finish first. We will test everything, make sure that everything, the back end, everything is fine. Our platform where you can make your donation and your card, your bank card and statement, everything is safe and everything is fine. We clear all of that, do all the security check and security test and everything done, completed. We will promote it. We will hone it. you as a Yoruba man, a Yoruba woman, you will own it. You will see it as a place, not just a place to go and contribute money. No. You see, when you now feel like after you make your $1, $2 direct debit every month, then you feel like, man, no, which one is $1, $2, which level? I am going to be putting $200 in that place every month. So if 10,000 people decided that they are going to be putting an average of $100, apart from their $1 or $2 direct debit, just think about that. I'll let you think. I'll let you imagine, because that's how I always imagine myself. I just sit down there. I'm just like, man, this Yoruba Nation campaign, we can actually turn it around big time. You know, we have tested our crowdfunding. We realized that we could do that. So if we want to do it better, bigger, we are actually going to turn this whole thing around. All of us. And we're going to be doing it like it's so easy, so convenient. You know what I mean? To the point that it will just be like Yoruba Nation's messages and money will now override the politicians' money. Mayegun forgets. You can never, ever overspend more than Nigerian politicians. I say, oh, mon kaka. I need to spend a bit because I will GOO. But we can spend our money in a way. Yeah, sorry if some of you don't understand Yoruba. I said we don't need to spend our money like the politicians because we didn't steal our own money. But because our own money can go straight into our own projects, exactly what we want it to do, right? Without having to, you know, to bribe people to deliver it for us. So when we have access to real fund, and our messages are surfacing in their schools, hospitals, offices, inside buses, cars, in the plane, you know, on the radio, on TV. You go out there, you see the banner, the poster everywhere. You see people organizing small rallies, talking about Yoruba Nation everywhere. Now your politician go come, they spend double, triple to try and buy them back. Since our own money no be say we dey steal am, we will make sure that they spend triple, quadruple for something they always get with peanuts. Do you understand that? So last, now them go they spend more because they will be trying to undo what we are going to do. This is not going to be a battle of guns yet, because we know those who are holding us down as a people. They are not holding guns. They are wearing babariga. They are wearing agbada. They are wearing this. They are speaking Yoruba. Do you understand that? They are attending our mosque. They are attending our churches. They are attending our fundraiser. They are contributing. They are sending people to Mecca, sending people to Jerusalem. They are donating. They are called philanthropists. Now them, they hold us down. Because if they are not holding us down, you see those ones who are carrying guns, kidnapping us, they don't bond them well. If these ones have not sold us. So to destabilize these ones, to dislodge them, we won't shoot a bullet. And you can take that from me right now. We will not shoot a bullet before they will run out of town. But it is going to be something that we must do collectively, not individually. So that's rallying people around, bringing people to the same cause, and whatever it's going to take, bring them together, bring them to it. You know, is the journey we are about to embark on now. So we can make their money worthless if we have access to an endless pool of funding. I don't know if you get what I mean, but to my friends, the brethren on the temple of truth, the message is delivered. And I pray that the spirit of sincerity, the spirit of honesty, the spirit of straightforwardness, the spirit of fearlessness, the spirit of selflessness the love, affection that we have for humanity, the bond, keeping all of us together on here, even though we barely know ourselves one-on-one. But we relate so well that we care so well for one another. May that spirit in this temple of truth make this message meaningful to you, because the days ahead, the weeks ahead, the months ahead are so crucial, and we are not just going to sit down and watch. We will act. Starting from now, we will report the crimes they've committed against us by ourselves. We will no longer wait for the report of their media. We will no longer rely on the report of their politicians. And we will no longer rely on the lies of those who are living in denial of the calamities that is befalling the Yoruba land. We will get all our own evidence documented, and we will go after those who chose to be quiet when they are killing us. They said we are just kind of a crybabies. Can't you understand that it's not only Yoruba land that they are killing people? Why should Yorubas continue to pay the supreme price of sacrificing our young, our old, just to keep Nigeria going? It is too much of a price that our people have paid. Somebody actually needs to speak up. Somebody actually needs to remind them. And somebody, and that somebody is going to be us as a body. We are bigger than we appear. We are stronger than we look. And we are fearless than so many people who will underrate us would imagine. One weapon, and one very, very big weapon that works well for us, is that we hate injustice. Whoever is being done to an injustice to one is considered as an injustice to all. Right? So this is where we are. And for this month, with what we have at hand, we are going to spend some chicken money, like I said. We're going to spend ₦1 million, 1.5 million naira precisely, compare what we have spent on our report as well. So we're going to be spending about 1,500,000 naira this week. And the result of that is something I'm going to wait for. So tomorrow evening, I'm going to come back here if nothing happens, right? I'm going to come back here and I am going to show you the example of the messages that we are paying for a whole month at 4 to 5 different locations. I will share them with you. You need to see them first. Look at what they look like, because in a day or two, after you watch that, after you see that example, the next you are going to see are the people that will be taking pictures, sharing them on Twitter, on Facebook, asking questions. I'm always in the happen. Oh, I saw this big, massive billboard that Begao is asking the Yorubas to get ready for the Yoruba nation. You know, this and that. Oh, I saw another one that but you know what I mean? It will be talk of the town. But before they know it, you have known it first because you paid for it. So, thank you so much, everyone. Initially, I thought I would be taking calls, but it's like I have missed 2 days that I haven't really kind of spent with you, and there's so much to talk about. So, as it is, we can always postpone our call time. Okay, I'll take calls some other time. Mickey, Babs, thank you very much for your super sticker. Thank you. I told you, I said my friends are being generous tonight, and it's good to see that. So thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight. To everybody who has been part of this, our mission is to now take our Give, Send, Go donation page to take it to the 50 grand. We believe that there's a lot we can do with an extra 20,000 pounds that we are yet to raise. We haven't raised that. So we haven't raised our 50 grand, but we've raised over 30,000. And from our 30,000 raised, We've also spent about 13 million naira, all of this in the last 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So if we still choose to do that and at the same time fund what we have ahead of us, again, it is voluntary. Okay. Read the comments. I'll leave the link there. And I'm going to see you some other time after this. Okay. So I'll leave the link here and you can use it. You can use the PayPal. Just add the message to it. Okay. Add the message. This money is towards the fundraiser for the intervention fund. I would understand. And same thing is if you then go on to the Give Send Go, it's so easy. Use that link. Okay. I would have loved to raise us some money tonight, but we started late. Not your fault, it's mine. It's always mine. Well, and I apologize for that. Okay. So tomorrow, if I start early, right, we'll take calls, we'll raise money. Just that it's like if I don't talk about the money, if I don't talk about us raising the fund, some of my friends don't really go back there. And I don't blame you because majority of you have actually contributed. Not just one time, not 2 times. Many have contributed as many times as possible. So no doubt, I appreciate every one of you who turn about. They said people do respond better when I dedicate a session to talk about the fundraiser. Well, we are not broke for now. We can at least say we have over 7 million naira in our kitty, about 8 million naira in our kitty. So that's something, right? But again, it doesn't take time. One lump request can just draw us down like that. So it's up to you. And it's over to every one of you. One more announcement I'm going to make. To all of you who probably have any kind of a remote job, hybrid job, where people can work remotely from any part of the world, as long as they have access to internet, electricity, and the rest of that, okay? So I am pleading with you, and I want you all to take this serious, please. All of us who can help. Don't take this as a passive message. If you have any online job or any kind of job for a member of this platform that lives in India, he has, or let me say, he can work as a customer service advisor. He's got this accounting, training and all of that. So I will look at his CV. I will tell you his area of specialization, but he told me he will be able to work anywhere, in any part. Mostly, the work that you have to do like remotely, okay? Because he's probably not going to be living in the country you are. Well, some of you will know what I'm talking about. Please, if you have anything that somebody can do remotely and get paid, right, on a very stable and stable kind of a way, please, it is so important, right? And it is pretty much like a life-saving. If you do it, please reach out, okay? I can be contacted on through my email. Just send it, badiroolusola@gmail.com. That's my email. Okay, send me one and say, well, I got your message about this person. Can you send me a CV and let me see what I can do for him? It is so important that we do this. And just like every other one. Another announcement, I remember again. Many of you remember Corporal Martins Idakpani, right? So Corporal Martins Idakpani, his lawyer has abandoned him. His lawyer said somehow is no longer going to continue. You remember lawyer Tokwe? The lawyer Tokwe that came onto this program when I invited Mrs. Victoria Idakpani to this platform, and then we raised money for her as well in support of the family. You know what? The lawyer has abandoned Corporal Martins Idakpani. So I am going to be making some sort of a proposition soon. And you, my friends, I'm going to need your help. And when I say need your help, I'm not going to ask you to raise money for him. No, I'm going to ask for your permission for us to get somebody, a lawyer for him. Okay? So we need a lawyer. We need to get a lawyer for him. If you heard what they have done to this man, to this young man, right? To the point that they locked him up in psychiatric hospital somewhere in Sokoto. They locked him up in psychiatric hospital among people who are receiving psychiatric treatment simply because they said He's so stubborn. Every time they took him to court, he's pretty much like, nobody tell me about my court case. Nobody tell me about what they are going to discuss. I don't get a chance to talk to my lawyer. When I get to court, I'll be asked different questions that I don't even understand. And then my lawyer will just be there looking at me like he's not my lawyer. So then I will just be, I'll just, kind of outburst in the court. And eventually they just feel like he's getting mad, he's getting mental problem. And it's not getting any mental problem in any way, but he's been subjected to taking, all this tablets. His wife is, now his own father, Corporal Martin Idakpane's father, is late. According to Mrs. Victoria Idakpane, his wife, she said that before the old man died, she always used him as a cover for the children and say, oh, your daddy traveled. Let us go to grandpa. Let's go to grandpa. Grandpa is dead now. She's on her own. I'm so grateful to Sister Liz. I have this great lady on Mayegun's Diary Political. We haven't spoken on the phone. We haven't met. She deserved to be seen and met and thanked in person. And I know she's watching me right now, Sister Liz. So thank you so much. I know you live in Edinburgh. I should have visited for all you have done for the Idakpanes through this platform on your own self. So I'm so grateful to you. And Mrs. Victoria Idakpane, she's so grateful and thankful. So she said that the lawyer abandoned them. Now nobody's looking at her husband's case. And, if we can help, please, we should help. I wouldn't mind us helping, let's get what do you call it? Let's get a lawyer for them and monitor the case as well and see if they can get him out, because he's been there for over 2 years, if not 3 years now. And his own offense was telling Buratai the butcher to give the soldiers the good weapons before sending them to go and fight Boko Haram. Now they give them guns that are completely, terrible enough that, they ended up being just sent to their death. He came out and he shouted about it, and Buratai the butcher had him arrested. He got him arrested, and they've locked him up since then, torturing him and beating him and doing all of that. Most of the time, they denied his family from seeing him. They denied them from seeing him completely isolated. Very, very unfortunate. So we should help. And I'm going to tell all of you, people said that we should open GoFundMe. Man, you know the process. So I'm going to say we should continue to make our contribution, okay? If I reach out to them, I will tell all of you that I have reached out to them. At least we have a lawyer. Didn't we pay 2 million naira to a lawyer? We paid the 2 million naira to a lawyer for Oloye Sunday Igboho. We can borrow the lawyer for some moments. I mean, he's not been doing anything for us. We don't even know when they're going to have him do something. So when I make that proposition to you, I'll propose. I'm coming back to come and propose on that. I just thought I should tell you. I've wanted to tell you for a week now. And I bet Mrs. Victoria Idakpane will be like, Mayegun didn't mention. Well, okay. May God just help me. God, please. God, as our people would do, God, please help me remind Mayegun to please mention this. Please, God, no. Mrs. Victoria Idakpane, I apologize that I haven't really mentioned it all this way. It doesn't mean that it's off my mind. It's nothing escapes my mind, except if I just forget to mention it during my own short 2 hours broadcast. So I'm going to come back here and propose to you, my friends. And I think it's something we can do, okay? So if you are still very much with us, let us go into that, onto that link. Make your contribution. It will get to wherever you want it to get to. It will do exactly what you have it to do. And you will even be more proud with what your money can do in this struggle. Remember, it is voluntary. Don't give any money that you can't afford, okay? Don't borrow any money to make donation. And please, you can pray for us even if you don't have to give us any money. The fact that you can share it and talk to other people about it is bigger enough, okay? Thank you. Now, before you go, before everyone goes, right? Do you know that some of you haven't really liked the broadcast? You haven't, for some reason. But if you can take your time before you go, like the video, share it if you haven't. And I'm going to see you some other time. Good night.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin òun.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òun.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran òun.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì í o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.